Hello, my name is Kelly Bluen. I am a certified Zentangle teacher. Welcome to day 12 of our Share the Love Challenge. I hope that you are enjoying this as much as I am. There are so many beautiful heart tangles out there, and some of you, I believe, are following Valentangle also, which is I can't remember who puts that on, but I believe there's a small fee and then you get a list of a whole bunch of heart tangles to try. So after the 14 days, if you're done with this one and you haven't tried Valentangle, I recommend you doing that if you're enjoying the heart-shaped tangles. I think they're so much fun. So today we are on day 12, and then we just have 13 and 14, and then we are done. I'm so sad about that. If this is your first time tuning in, you can get these templates in the description below this video. So there is this one, and then there's a whole nother sheet that we'll only use 2 of, but then you can use the rest of them for whatever you want or add more heart tangles to them. And then it also comes with a little poster where we are adding all of these tangles together to make a beautiful poster. All right, so I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. Okay, grab my black pen. So today is day 12, and this one is called Not. And it is by, I believe you say Yuru Chen, but I'm not sure. CZT. She also designed Heartleaf. Okay. So this is a really cool one. I like to try purposely to choose ones that are unique from each other. So there's so many beautiful ones out there, and a lot of them look similar, and it's fun to try something a little bit new. So this one I thought was pretty unique. So this is called Not, and we begin with a circle. And then we put a heart on each side. So it looks kind of like a bow. Okay, then after that, we do what is called feathering, which is adding these little shapes that bump off the sides. So I'm going to do it up here first, and I'm going to start probably midway on the top part of the heart. I'm going to jump up and come down to that point. Up and down, up and down. Just going to do a couple of them, and then I do the same thing on the other side. And then we do it to the other heart. And again, I like to kind of start at that top halfway point of that bump. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then she adds an element in here that is a line with a little circle, or you can do a line with a little heart. I'm just going to do the little circle. Isn't that cute? That is Not. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to try to purposely let these bump into each other a little bit. So put my heart on this side and this side. Do my feathering where I come off the sides. And then this one I just have to imagine where they would come out. And maybe on these I'll do the tiny little heart. Isn't that so cute? All right, are we ready to put it on our poster? I think it's so neat. You know what, I'm going to do one more because I want to show you on the poster. I'm going to do it a little bit different. So one of her examples or variations had it coming out of a corner. And so that's kind of what we're going to do on the poster. And so we'll do it once on here just so you can kind of practice. But it's kind of a fun technique. So it's basically taking half of knot and putting it that way. So let's do that. So over here, I'm going to put like half of a circle. And you could do any corner, wherever you have room, it doesn't matter. And then we put that heart shape. This would be so pretty as a 4-corner tangle. And then when we do this part, we kind of, instead of going to that little point there, she had it coming down to the circle, just so you're filling in, you know, that space. I love it. And then of course we can aura it. And we can add designs in this circle if we want. Okay, we did it. Let's add it to our poster. All right, I'm gonna zoom out so we can take a peek at how this is looking. Yesterday we did Dicentra, which was these beautiful little hanging kind of dangles. I love that. So I'm going to put mine over here. I'm probably gonna do 2 or 3 of them just to kind of fill up this corner. So if you would like to put it inside of a heart, you can, or if you're doing a sketchbook or something else, of course, put it wherever you want. But I think I'm gonna do mine right here, okay? I kind of think it'd be cute too inside a heart. Maybe we'll do the little heart and over here. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom in. All right, got this little section down here. So I think I'm going to do one right in the center to begin and then see if I want to do them on the sides as well. So I'm going to make my first little thing about the size of my fingernail, the tip of my fingernail. And then I'm going to add an aura right away, just to break that up a little bit. Then I'm going to put in my heart. And that little line on the inside, and I'm going to do the miniature heart on the inside of this one. Okay, then I'm going to go to the top middle of the bump out of the heart, and I'm going to jump up and come down. So up and down, and I'm going to come to the circle. And now I kind of want this to have like a really rounded look to it. So I'm going to purposely make my next bump go out before it comes in, instead of just coming down, 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 down. Does that make sense? So I'm going to jump out and in and out and in and out. So I gave it kind of this nice big feeling. Yours does not have to look like that. That's just what I kind of wanted to do. Out and down, out and down. It's kind of like a fragment of a tangle. Then I'm going to add the auras. And I'm going to add a tiny little row of tiny little circles. And another little bump in there. I'm going to go to my red pen and add some flicks coming up those little petals. And I'm going to add an aura around that center heart. And I'm going to take my gold paint pen, shake it, dot it, and I'm going to do the inside of this gold. It's so pretty. Okay, so now we get to decide, do we want to put some more over here on the sides? We could do the actual whole knot with the hearts on both sides, but I kind of love this sort of half mandala look. So I think I'm just going to do one right next to it, but I'm going to purposely make it go a different direction. So I'm going to make my my little circle part be there, and my heart is going to be up here. I'm going to put in that little aura inside before I forget. And then that feathering jumps up and down, out and down, out and down. And on the other side, I'm not going to be able to do much because it bumps into the corner. I add an aura around the whole thing. And the little piece in the center. I'm going to do the circle this time. And I'll add some details inside the circle again. I think I'm just going to do the same thing I did before, just because it looked pretty. Take my red. This time I think I'm going to go on the inside of the big heart and do the little flicks and a dot. I feel like I need to add a dot to the end of these flicks as well, so I'm going to do that. And put some gold in here. Oh, I really like that. I like that a lot. Okay, I do need one more though over here, right? We need to fill in some space. Okay, so grab my black pen again. Same thing, this one I'm just gonna put here, make my heart kind of large. Put in that aura before I forget. And I'm bumping these way out and around. Aura. And then the tiny circles on the inside with that little line finishing it off. And I'm going to aura the inside of that big heart again, just because I did it on the opposite side. I'm going to color in that little dot too on both of those. And then I flick my pen and a dot. And a little bit of gold. All right, how does that look? Do you guys like that? I like it a lot. Of course, I still need to shade, and I'm going to do a couple little gold dots around it, just for an embellishment. And then I am going to do it in this little heart over here as well. And then I'll go back and shade that, okay? All right, so I'm going to zoom in on this little heart over here. And I'm going to put in that rounded part on the bottom. Add that aura on the top or the bottom. Put in my heart. And bump out those sides. Aura. And then you can keep aura-ing. You could add some orbs up there or some hearts. But I think I'm going to do that striping that we've been doing. So I'm going to just go like this, put in some red stripes. Okay, I have to do the center part. Cute little heart. Some orbs. And I'm going to take the red and flick it and add a dot. And if you want, you can aura around that little heart. Mine's kind of small. I think I'm just going to leave it. And put some gold in there. That looks so cute. Okay, well, let's go back over here. I'm going to be very careful shading because I'm sure that gold is not quite dry. Like I already smeared that little dot there. It's okay, it doesn't matter, but I just have to be careful. Okay, so for shading these, the first thing I'm going to do is go on the outside of each of these bumps, okay? So put some right here on this outside edge of the bump, outside of that one, and outside of that one. And then I'm going to go on the outside of the heart where it has that feathering. So just right here and right here. And then each of those outside bumps, I'm just going to go where on the outside of it where it goes over the next one. Does that make sense? It's creating a little shadow. So over that one, and this one. And I'll show you what that does, and then we'll go shade the other ones. So I'm going to push up the stuff that's by the bump. Pretty little shadow. And then I'm going to soften these edges. And look at that layering, how they look like they are stacking behind each other. And I blend this side a little bit. I love that so much. Look at that one compared to the other ones. So pretty. Okay, this one I already did the bump, so I'm just gonna do these outside edges of the heart and then these little pieces that overlap each other. But on this one, I've got this flower overlapping that one, if it's a flower. So I'm also gonna put some graphite where the two meet. So I'm gonna push out the area around the bump. I'm gonna push out the area where it overlaps each other. And then I'm gonna soften those edges. All right, I've got one more to do. I already did the bump, so I'm gonna go around the heart, around those little bump outs. And then this first large one overlaps this one, so this needs a little shadow around that outer edge. And I love the shadow that creates. I'm going to soften these little layers. Look at that. So beautiful. I love it. All right, and now I want to take my blending tool. It already has some graphite on it, and I'm just going to go around the outside edge of this whole pattern here. Just giving that whole thing a little bit of a shadow. Try not to bump your gold. I just did, and it smeared a little. Okay, getting a little dark, so I'm just gonna take my eraser a little bit, soften those edges. All right, I think that looks beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna go over to this little tiny one over here, do some quick shading over the bump, outside edges of the heart, and those little bump outs. And then I'm gonna take mine and put some over that red, just in the background to give that a little bit of a darker shadow back there. All right, I hope you like it. I think it looks amazing. I'm so excited. And we only have 2 days left, so we've got a lot of finishing up to do. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.